Right.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Welcome to Media Mash. Okay.
How goes it, everyone?
For everyone new to the panel, we would like to explain that Media Mash is a game that we came up with. It's a debate-style game where pretty much one judge and 3 competitors compete to win a prize. And the way it works is that the judge asks a question about any form of media. So
Movies, TV shows, video games, books, comics, fandoms, anything of the sorts. And then the 3 competitors come up and they argue, and the one with the best argument wins.
that song's not very fitting for.
It fits for me. I'm kidding.
Alrighty.
It's about a guy cheating on their ex.
Never mind.
Well then, wait, I'm sorry, what was that? Yeah, you said something?
Oh, I think that's our first debate.
Oh, that's our first debate. The first debate. So, this is a general media mash, so there will be questions about anything. Last night we hosted a superhero media mash where it was all superhero questions. And so, yeah, so without further ado, let's start, yeah?
Yeah, what's up?
Would you guys like a demo round where we demonstrate? Or would you guys like to just jump right into it?
Demo.
Demo?
Dive into the void.
Dive into the void?
Okay. How about this? We raise hands.
Raise hands. All right,
Okay,
so raise your hand.
You ladies first.
All right, raise your hand if you would like to see a demonstration first.
What?
Of our game, Media Mash. Just come in and then I guess you'll see for yourself.
All right, and then raise your hand if you want to just
Jump right into it.
Jump right in.
All right, I think the popular vote was demo, so let's have a demonstration.
All right, let's have a demo. So, I guess what we'll do is we'll have people that are part of our team, because I mean now we have enough people part of our team that can join in. Yeah?
All right, Johnny or Misha, come up, please. Okay, Johnny.
Johnny, come up, and then who's gonna judge?
You, I guess.
I'll judge. Sure.
All right.
So, how we do it? Pretty much, raise your hand if you want to read the question of the demo round. All right. All right.
Okay.
Just grab a piece of paper and. It's okay. You doomed us all, but it's okay. All right. What's the first question?
Which anime should never get a live-action adaptation?
Oh!
Dragon Ball.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. What did you say? All right. So the question is.
Wait. What if it already has a live action adaptation, like a movie?
Yeah.
What if it already has one? Because I already heard like 1,000 people in the audience go Dragon Ball, but that one already has one.
Dragon Ball already has one.
Okay, so if it already has one, then it doesn't count.
Well, then again, there are multiple Dragon Ball shows. Okay, Dragon Ball's not an anime, yeah. So the question is, which anime should never get a live-action adaptation?
Dragon Ball.
Yes. By the way, people in the audience are allowed to like say their opinions at any point in time.
Yeah.
So any anime that already has a live action adaptation. That's
All right. So
I'll start.
okay. So
I kind of want to say.
all right. So let's start things up, and all right, we're gonna say the typical start of this game. Let's get mashing. Repeat after me, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's get mashing.
All right, so I called it. I say Pokemon. I heard it in the audience. I'm calling it.
Okay, Pokemon. That's your move. All right.
I'll go with Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Okay.
To be quite honest with you, as for anime, I would never, ever, in a million years, want to see a live adaptation of Fairy Tale.
All right.
So then.
Yeah, this thing is different. All right, so we have Pokemon, we have Sailor Moon, and we have Fairy Tale. So here's what I want to hear right now. I want to hear the reasons why you chose these choices. All right, so let's start with Sailor Moon.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Sailor Moon. Who loves Sailor Moon back in the 90s? Who's the 90s kids right here?
Here, 90s baby all day.
90s baby all
Yeah.
day.
90s baby, right?
I'm kind of an edgy kid, so I watched it.
So if you put it in the live action in American style, they would have been in good casting, the good right, not whitewashed. But even though these types of movies like they did like back in Ghost in the Shell, it's all whitewashed and they complain. And then Japan, when they see this, they're gonna complain about it. They're gonna argue about what they did wrong. So these casts, they have to do everything right, not whitewash. And the special effects, the CGI, they have to do it good. Not like that last Airbender Dragon Ball Z because it was a fail. And a good company like, I don't know, the people who created Star Wars, they're one of the greatest CGI of doing it.
Alright, so Pokemon.
Animal abuse, that's why.
Well, not only that, but the reason that I would pick Pokemon is because, let's face it, honestly, any live action adaptation that we've seen from any like show or anime or video game even, they have just been god awful. And then to see Pokemon, which is such a beloved franchise, being put in with like wacky CGI characters with the people trying to mimic the concept, I truly honestly believe that Pokemon is a thing that only works truly in animation, and it would not be able to translate very well in live action.
Yep, because
depends
let the
on the
10-year-old
CGI
walk
too.
around and like catch Pokemon and go on their own on an adventure.
Just okay. Now, who here likes Fairy Tail?
Me.
I never watched this one.
Okay, like 3 people. All right, then I won't have any qualms to say how much I'm okay with it. The whole thing with Fairy Tail is the weakest part of Fairy Tail is, and always will be the writing. Because the writing of Fairy Tail is always the same. Natsu, Lucy, and Co have to go do this thing. Big bad guy shows up. He has something against Fairy Tail for some reason. Everyone gets beat up, but Natsu's like, hey guys, we need to do friendship things. Rinse, repeat, he beats the bad guy, but gets his ass kicked first, and then John Cena's the hell up, gives him an attitude adjustment, and then after that talks about friendship, Nakama, all that other bullshit, and then 1, 2, 3, Natsu wins, eats fire, learns a new power. Rinse, repeat. Also, the shipping is pretty bad in it.
Naruto.
Alright, so now that we've heard why you guys chose this is where things get interesting. This is where we fight. So I want you guys to go hard on each other, no hold barred. Just, we have 3 minutes on the clock. We're gonna time it, and pretty much I want to hear why yours should not, does not deserve to have a live action adaptation compared to the others. All right. So with that, let's start with Pokemon.
Okay.
I'm starting the timer right now. Okay, start. So the thing about what I'm saying about Pokemon not being able to translate well with live action as opposed to animation is because with animation you have so much more freedom to do all these things like making the Pokemon look cool, have special effects, it all works. But with live action and CGI, you're limited to so much that you can do, and we've seen some really terrible CGI movies out there. I mean, we can all agree, I'm pretty sure. Exactly. I already hear some things in the audience. And where as opposed to like Fairy Tail and like Sailor Moon, they're more heavily like human characters, you know? Like there are more human characters.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Pokemon's writing in general. That's also just always been bad, except for recent seasons where they've actually started giving a about Ash and his journey. Even though we know he's never going to be a Pokemon master. It's just not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Ever. Unless the voice actor dies or something, then they're gonna have to end it. But with Fairy Tail, it's literally going to be, if anything, it'll be even worse because let's face it, if it's the same team that's going to be working on the Attack on Titan movie, that was also a complete disaster. The whole thing with Natsu and everything, it's already been done before. Not the live action movie, but like all of the stories have already been done before, but with a different villain in a different place. It's literally going to be the same thing over and over again, and I don't think Fairy Tail fans are going to want that because of the sole fact that who cares? Fairy Tail's over now. We've had everything be completed. The Grays with Juvia finally. And the only thing that people care about with Fairy Tail is the shipping, and that's it. No one cares about the story. No one cares if anyone is stronger or better. It's just ship bait. That's all that it is.
I have a rebuttal. I know horrible story is one thing, and you're saying that the story wouldn't really work well with both Pokemon and Fairy Tail. But this question isn't about what would be a worse movie. It would be what would be a worse live action movie. And what people want to see in a live action movie is, well, the live action, the CGI, the effects, everything. And that is truly not going to work well with Pokemon as opposed to the other two. With you and the whitewashing, I mean, I read an article about this. Japanese people don't really care about that. Well, I know this is a touchy subject, but it's like with Ghost in the Shell, the Japanese, yeah, they liked them, Scarlett Johansson. Like, they didn't care that she wasn't Asian. Yeah, and the CGI wasn't all that great, so I don't really see how that would be a problem with Sailor Moon or Fairy Tail, but with Pokemon, it just wouldn't work. Why are you shaking your head, Tia?
What about the script, the story? How is it gonna work?
That's
So,
what I'm saying. The script and the story, that's what your points are saying, but that's just...
Part of
yeah. If it's like, if
All right. So time's up. Okay, so when time is up, now what I want to hear is your closing statements. Do you guys have anything left to say? And if so, just take the mic. Right?
Any last words?
Yeah, closing statements.
well, to tell the truth, I mean, we don't want, if all the fans, if they do it right with the live action adaptation, I'll be like, everybody's gonna be pissed off, just like what happened in Star Wars Episode 1. Hopefully it's gonna be messed, but you know, we don't know if we have hope for it, but you know, Sailor Moon, I wish for God, we need hope for it if you do a live action. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you, freaking Hollywood.
Oh God.
My closing statement, I have a good one. We'll be the judge.
Robot, Shinji.
Wait, no, okay. I feel like every fandom would feel a little bit kind of iffy about their precious fandom getting a live action remake. Not just Sailor Moon, but also Pokemon and Fairy Tail. So either way, everyone's gonna feel iffy about their favorite franchise being turned into live action just because of the expectation being so high.
Yeah.
So I feel like that applies to like everything, not just Sailor Moon, not just Pokemon. And that's what I have to say. So in my opinion, it's all about how well it would translate from animation to live action, and Pokemon would be the least plausible to do that.
That's a very good point.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. In my personal opinion, with the whole thing that happened with Fairy Tail and the story, the thing is, if we are to expect a live-action adaptation of our favorite anime, and it ended up being just awful, just terrible. With Fairy Tail, I see them botching that the most. They're not going to understand anything about the lore. They're not going to understand anything about what makes Fairy Tail good, which is just the shipping, and literally that's it. And it's just everything about the characters are either going to change drastically, or we're not even going to have anything with it. With Pokemon, not even with the live action, they're doing the remake, and they're already replacing Misty and Brock. So, I mean, if anything, we might not even get Lucy or Happy in this. We might get two completely different characters and not even center around Natsu or Fairy Tail. So that is why I personally think Fairy Tail would have the worst adaptation.
Actually, I have a contradiction.
You have something to say?
Well, if your whole thing is about the story, then what's the point of it even trying? The point of it is to try to see what would be the worst, but it actually trying to become something. So you're just saying it'd just be a crappy story, but from what I can tell, the best one of the live actions would probably be Fairy Tail, because the CGI would probably be the best, because there's not much going on. With Pokemon, you're trying to create all these different monsters, and in Sailor Moon, you have to do all this different...
No.
Sailor Moon, you have to do all this...
All right. I heard no. Okay, we'll one more comment and then we'll decide the winner.
No, this is the demo. Real time.
This is the demo. Yeah, we have to control it.
Okay, we have to keep rolling. Okay, then yeah. Okay, so Wait, did you forfeit?
I forfeit.
You forfeit?
I forfeit.
He forfeits.
That's a noble man.
That's
That's a hero right there.
That's the first. That's the first time.
But
Between 7 and okay, so do you want the audience to decide?
I mean,
All right.
demo round so that they can understand.
All right. So usually it's either the judge decides or we let the audience decide. Do you guys want to decide?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I wanna decide.
All right. So. Since I think we have enough people, we'll do it by applause. Yeah?
No.
Or raise your hands. Raise your hand? Okay, it's easier. Okay, so then, all right, so raise your hand if you think Sailor Moon wins. Raise your hand if you think Pokemon wins.
Doesn't matter. All you want
All right, hey. Well then, I guess Pokemon wins the demo round.
Alright,
All right, so you guys have an idea of how this works now? Awesome. All right.
If you guys were me, then you would have come up and gotten a prize.
Got a
for
prize
me.
and such, yeah.
Anything from the table. You give me a figure. No, I'm a host, so I won't put that back.
All right.